There's real magic in Diet Pepsi. It's got that special aha ingredient.
You got the right one, baby. Diet Pepsi,
You got the right one, baby. Hey. Okay, girls. Now, what's that magic ingredient?
With 100%
This is WICD Champaign. Stay tuned now for the Channel 15 News.
Good evening, I'm Deborah Linz. A judge has set $2 million bail for a convict captured early today after a 7-week manhunt through the wilds of Arizona. Danny Ray Horning seemed surprised he'd been granted bond and sarcastically asked the judge if he could have 24 hours on the street to raise the money. As Rebecca Aguilad reports, Horning taunted police by leaving notes and taking hostages.
As FBI agents and other law enforcement officers planned their next strategy to find Danny Horning in the wilderness near Flagstaff, it was around 2 this morning when they heard he had been caught. Yavapai Sheriff's deputies found Horning hiding under a gazebo at a home near Sedona.
But if you were looking for a hero out of the thing, there's a bloodhound that I think all of us feel has some real good feelings about this morning, named Judy from the Department of Corrections. She did a good job.
Horning was found barefoot and tired and did not resist arrest. Did you find a weapon?
Yes, we did. We found a Ruger 44 Magnum. It was fully loaded, and he had several extra rounds of ammunition on his person, but he did not attempt to use it when he was apprehended.
Right now it's 4 in the morning and authorities are still questioning Horning in Sedona. But here at the command post south of Flagstaff, officers are relieved it's over.
They're tired, they're hungry, they're dirty, and they're ready to go home. And I'm one of them.
I'm happy that people don't have to worry. When he's loose, we worry, not only because we have to be out and do it, but also because we worry when we don't catch him, then he's out and what's he going to do next to the public?
Horning was brought back to the command post briefly so the tracking dogs could sniff him as their reward. The media was kept at a distance. And at the Coconino County Sheriff's Department, a smiling Horning said only a few words. How do you feel about your capture?
I'd like to prolong it.
You'd like to prolong it?
Yeah.
Horning was then taken away to be booked on kidnapping and other charges. Horning's freedom is now gone. Rebecca Aguilar, NBC News.
The search for Horning is one of the most expensive in Arizona history. A Melvin man was found dead this morning on the Melvin-Sibley Blacktop by a passing motorist. Ford County deputies say 18-year-old Jason Aquilar's car was also found nearby with the front end damaged. Aquilar's body was found about 4 a.m. lying on the blacktop. Police are still investigating the incident and won't say what condition the body was found in. An autopsy is being scheduled. Rantoul businesses and residents have been praying for a solution to the expected economic crisis when Chanute Air Force Base closes next year. However, now that one group is interested in taking over Chanute, Rantoul officials aren't so sure their prayers are answered. Beth Morgan reports.
He was made famous several decades ago for teaching the Beatles the practice of transcendental meditation, a state where the mind is very active while the body is relaxed. Now the philosophy of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi may be on its way to Rantoul.
And what we've been looking for is a campus, or a branch campus, I should say, that could house a total, over time, say over 5 years, of 7,000 people, faculty, staff, and students. And we feel that that would be possible at Chanute.
Rantoul officials are opposed to the Maharishi followers taking over base facilities after Chanute closes next year. City leaders say the Maharishi community would be a self-contained operation, offering little or no help to Rantoul's economy and struggling school system. Maharishi leaders say that's not true.
Our feeling is that the base is perfect for a university, and the university creates a lively heart at the center of a community. It attracts businesses and jobs around it.
We have 3 of our 5 grade schools would be expected to close in Rantoul. We need people to come in for the redevelopment of the base that plans to put children in our schools and use our teachers who will be out of jobs.
Mayor Patagrossi says the Air Force assured her that Rantoul would have a strong voice in how Chanute is used.
We wish that the Air Force would plainly say that this application will not be approved. We think that within the context of the way that they have worked with us from the beginning, that they could say this. So far they have not, and we wish that they would.
So while Rantoul has been frantically searching for something to replace Chanute's huge economic input, they aren't sending out the welcome wagon to Marshy Maheshyogi and his followers. Beth Morgan, Channel 15 News, Rantoul.
A strong aftershock jolted Southern California today, 1 week after two powerful earthquakes hit the region. The quake measured 5.5 on the Richter scale, according to the California Institute of Technology, and hit around 2:20. A second aftershock of 4.2 hit close to 4:30. These two are among thousands of aftershocks.
It's a magnitude 5. It's not unusual to have this size aftershock following the 7.4 on Sunday. And I think we would continue to expect maybe a few more of this size in the next few months.
The big earthquakes last week killed one person and caused hundreds of injuries and extensive damage. No damage or injuries are reported from today's aftershocks. Chicago's Department of Aviation says today was one of the busiest days at O'Hare International Airport during the 4th of July holiday weekend. The department estimated nearly 1.6 million travelers passed through the airport during the past 7 days. O'Hare processed nearly 250,000 travelers just today. In contrast, Midway officials only expected about 14,000. And coming up next on the Channel 15 News, President Bush prepares to talk business with the leaders of the 7 richest nations. And a memorial service is held to honor those athletes murdered in the 1972 Olympics. Stay with us.
HUTCHCRAFT, United. 2 names to remember if you plan to move down the block or around the world. HUTCHCRAFT United will not only offer you a fair competitive price, but they'll provide those not-so-little extras like a professionally trained staff, clean and fully equipped vehicles, and a temperature-controlled warehouse to keep your personal possessions or business equipment protected from heat, humidity, and light. When you're ready to move, call HUTCHCRAFT Van Service, the United Van Line agent in Champaign, Urbana, and Danville.
A coming together at Silver Creek. A union of quality and artistry every day at Silver Creek.
A memorial was held today to honor those deaths of those killed by Palestinians during the 1972 Olympics. Approximately 50 people participated in a wreath-laying ceremony at a plaque set up in Munich's 1972 Olympic Village. Some wore photographs of the 11 athletes killed in the fray. Following the ceremony, some of the mourners marched on a 9-mile trek from Munich to a former concentration camp where 40,000 Jews were murdered during World War II. Tomorrow, the G7 summit will be held in Munich, and empty seats were put on display to highlight the absence of the leaders. The director of a Jewish pressure group remarked on their absence.
Are representing 6 million Jews and 4 million other people who were destroyed by the Nazis, and all of us together are making a statement today that these people should be making.
President Bush was one of those leaders missing. He flew into Germany today for the G7 summit to meet with the leaders of the 7 richest nations. Irving R. Levine has more.
At the start of dinner, a handshake was intended to give the impression that Presidents Bush and Mitterrand are patching up their differences. But their differences over farm subsidies, the environment, air routes, and the Middle East are in fact only being put on hold to avoid public conflict at the summit. Still, along with the other leaders who arrived today, agreement has been reached, NBC News has learned, on key points for the final communique. Aid to Russia will be featured because it is one issue on which the leaders can report progress. Boris Yeltsin will be told that Russia's free enterprise reforms now justify its getting a $24 billion aid package from the summit countries, money held up until now by the watchdog International Monetary Fund, the IMF.
You'll see movement of funds out of the IMF to Russia this summer sometime.
Economic recovery. The leaders will report vague plans to get economies rolling, but behind the scenes,
many of these leaders, weak at home, will try to deflect some of the attention from their domestic problems by blaming others for them.
Trade. The European leaders will make minor concessions on reducing farm subsidies that hurt U.S. farmers. But no big breakthrough toward eliminating trade barriers because each country fears being hurt.
A recession doesn't help at all. It's a poor climate for trade liberalization.
Nuclear safety. That's a new entry on summit communiques. The leaders plan to spend $800 million to prevent another Chernobyl at Soviet nuclear plants. Aid to poor nations, an expression of sympathy rather than meaningful money. The environment, a pledge to put into action Rio Earth Summit decisions. To sum up the leaders' communique.
They'll pull their punches, they'll say nice things, they'll try to convince the media that all is well, and they'll paper over problems rather than confront them.
It will take more money than any of the summit countries can afford to spend to translate all the good intentions of the communique into concrete results. That's why there's likely to be little follow-through from this Munich summit. Irving R. Levine, NBC News, Munich.
Senator Paul Simon has a new book out, making it his 13th book written. It's called Advice and Consent and explores the confirmation of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. In the book, Simon concludes Anita Hill told the truth. The Hill-Thomas conflict played out over an October weekend with millions of people watching the Senate Judiciary Committee hearings on television. Simon calls the event a cultural earthquake, saying that during the hearings, America awoke to the seriousness of sexual harassment. And it wasn't too bad of a weekend. We got a little bit of rain today, but really not a whole lot.
Parts of East Central Illinois did get some rain, some much needed rain. Unfortunately, in Champaign, we didn't see too much rain whatsoever, if any. And it looks like we have another chance, though, coming up later in the week. I'll tell you about that when we get back.
Tired of playing games with car dealers? Make your break to Phil Lamb Chevrolet Chrysler in Tuscola. Getting a clean shot on a good deal is never a hustle with the low overhead and low prices of a small-town business. And you can always bank on their friendly personal service at Phil Lamb's. So get out from behind the 8-ball on your next new car purchase and put the savings in your pocket at Phil Lamb Chevrolet Chrysler in Tuscola.
When nighttime comes, your home healthcare needs don't stop. GULICK Pharmacy, home to Illini Medical Equipment and Supply, and Illini Option Care, accredited by the Joint Commission on Home Health Care, is your complete home health care service. They're known as the area's reliable provider of oxygen and nutritional services. Round the clock, they're here for your emergency needs. Home health care from GULICK Pharmacy's Illini Medical Equipment and Supply, and Illini Option Care for home health care day and night.
Call True-Built Garage Builders at this number right now. For faster construction and easier terms, get the True-Built Garage Builder Special. True-Built double wall construction with performance styrofoam sheeting and Georgia Pacific vinyl siding. True-Built Garage's steel reinforced concrete floors won't buckle. True-Built Garage's 2-inch by 6-inch rafters of #1 Southern Pine won't sag, ever, and smart homeowners won't wait.
Not just a name, it's the way we build. It's True-Built.
We do have a lot of clouds outside right now, but the rain has dissipated in East Central Illinois, and right now in Champaign-Urbana, it's still rather warm. 70 degrees, Danville at 71, and Rantoul at 72. Mostly cloudy conditions outside. The high today got up to 80 degrees. It's going to get higher than that for tomorrow. Overnight low was 66 degrees. Precipitation, well, we in Champaign haven't had any in the past 24 hours. Total for the month is at 1 68/100. Your winds out of the northeast, 11 miles per hour. Humidity's high, 65%. Your pressure's 29.87 and rising. Temperatures across the state are going to be, it's going to be another warm night, rather muggy, 65 in Chicago to 77 in St. Louis, Springfield to 71 in Peoria at 69. 80-degree temperatures all along the south, 60-degree along the northern tier of the nation, and we're seeing 71 in Indianapolis, where they had some rather severe flooding in that area from storms that passed through Indianapolis. 68 right now for Minneapolis. A lot of clouds along the Ohio-Tennessee Valley and on down through the south, as well as New England area. This is where all the storms actually are located. This is the clouds for Illinois and Indiana. Later on tonight, we're going to become partly cloudy, so we'll lose some of this rainfall anyway. Indianapolis, though, today has had over 3.5 inches. In fact, they had 2 feet of flooding in some areas. They also had to close Interstate 65 in downtown Indianapolis because of flooding problems for that area. A lot of hail, and Big Pond, Pennsylvania picked up a tornado today. Thunderstorm watch in portions of the south, as well as for other areas of Montana. We're really not seeing, well, we're not seeing any rainfall at this time for east central Illinois, though Rantoul and other areas around Danville, as well as Mattoon and Springfield, did pick up some of that rain. Power and tree limbs were downed by heavy rainfall around Olney. Alton, they picked up some rainfall. They're picking up that rainfall right now. Vincennes, also under storms as well. These are rather severe at times with hail, lightning, and of course, heavy downpours. We're not going to see this, at least not for the rest of the night, but who knows about the rest of the week? I'll tell you when we get back.
Celebrate your 4th with sizzling Eagle savings. Assorted varieties of Lay's or Ruffles potato chips are just $1.88 each for a 14.22-ounce package. And for tasty cookouts, buy 5 pounds or more of 5-star 73% ground beef and pay just 99 cents a pound. And to round out your holiday savings, summer sweet corn is 15 cents an ear, and 12-ounce cans of Lady Lee Pink or regular frozen lemonade are 3 for 99 cents. Celebrate the 4th with sizzling Eagle savings.
Why do we call them steak burgers? Because we can. This is what our original steak burger looked like in 1934. Who says they don't make them like they used to? Why do we slice our pickles the long way? Why do we slice our pickles the long way?
Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers.
In the real world, the genuine article almost never stays on sale. But not this time. Now at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers, it's Chrysler's National Minivan Sale. Plymouth Voyager and Chrysler Town & Country both offer hundreds in savings when you choose popular family options. Plus, get $500 cash back on select Plymouth Voyagers. The genuine article is now on sale.
See your Central Illinois Chrysler Plymouth dealer today.
A frontal system that passed through the Midwest was the reason for some of the storms that some of us got anyway. That is continuing to pass through. Drier air infiltrating behind that. A high-pressure system is going to take control, so we'll at least see drier air for tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening. By tomorrow night, we could see more clouds in the area with a chance of rain from this system pushing out of the plains by Tuesday. We've got a 40% chance of getting some of those storms on Tuesday. Then things look dry for Wednesday, and for the rest of the week, we could get some more storms. So there's still hope for farmers in the forecast. For tonight, it's going to be another warm one, becoming partly cloudy. The low anywhere from 60 to 65 degrees. Your winds will be out of the northeast, and they will be light. Tomorrow, partly sunny. The high hitting 80 to 85. Winds out of the east and also light. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy. The high 65 to 68. And on Tuesday, partly sunny with a 40% chance of storms, the high of 88. And the extended forecast calls for dry weather on Wednesday. Temperature will hit 90 degrees. Thursday and Friday, another chance of storms. Your temperatures will be a little less humid by Friday with 85 degrees. Before the middle of the week, it looks humid, hot, and muggy. But the chance of storms should take care of that.
With this humidity creeping back in, it's starting to really feel like summer again.
Sure is, yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot, Beth. Coming up next in sports, highlights from the spectacular men's final at Wimbledon, and the Dream Team faces its last opponent before Barcelona. Ryan Baker is next.
sweat it. Let Benson's take the heat. You get hot prices on GE appliances.
This week at Benson's, get this GE refrigerator. It's frost-free, and we deliver to your home for only $4.99. Or this GE Carry Cool air conditioner, now only $1.99. Keep cool, save, now during Benson's No Sweat sale. Benson's, Peoria, Pekin, Bloomington, and Champaign. We're pleasing you, pleases us.
Take home a piece of Americana when the Champaign County Forest Preserve District presents their 6th annual Historic Farm Days at the Middle Fork River Forest Preserve in Penfield, July 10th, 11th, and 12th. See farm machinery, ag demonstrations, including wheat cutting and threshing, horse and tractor demonstrations, food and entertainment. There's fun for the entire family, so come on out. Relive farming history at Historic Farm Days, sponsored by the Champaign County Forest Preserve District and I&I Tractor Club. For more details, call 586-2612.
Blood donors save lives. Volunteer donors are the only source of life-saving blood for critically ill patients. Giving blood is safe, it's easy, and the process only takes about 45 minutes. The pint of blood you donate is separated into components, so you may be helping a cancer patient, someone who's been in a car accident, and even a premature baby. You can make a difference by hosting a blood drive where you work or by coming to the blood center to donate.
If you're interested in becoming a blood donor, please call Champaign County Blood Bank.
My favorite male tennis player finally won the big one.
Who's that?
Andre, of course.
I take it you were watching the breakfast edition of Wimbledon this morning?
Oh, absolutely. Good game, good game.
It was a great game, a classic final. Neither Andre Agassi nor Goran Ivanisevic were expected to make it in today's Wimbledon's men's final, but the final at center court was everything and more a championship match is supposed to be. The match was a struggle throughout, lasting a grueling 5 sets. Here in the second set, Agassi breaks and Ivanisevic served. He won that set 6-4. Ivanisevic had a whopping 37 aces on the day, but it was Agassi who came up with the big ace here. Let's go to match point. Both players showing signs of final set and the first major championship of his career.
I'm so excited. I came in here and I knew what I had to do the whole tournament, which was play aggressive, return well, and just try to survive. And I did. And you know, it was with me this 2 weeks, but I just don't know what else I can say. What?
Today's men's doubles championship at Wimbledon was suspended due to darkness. The team of John McEnroe and Michael Stieck are tied with Jim Grob and Ricky Rinenberg at 13-all in the 5th set. Play will resume tomorrow afternoon. The championship game of the Olympic basketball qualifying tournament hardly had the same exciting flavor as the Wimbledon final. The latest set of stiffs to face the phenomenal Dream Team was Venezuela. You know, it would be nice if the U.S. opponents could even shoot. I mean, look at this. Brick. Another brick. I mean, there were enough bricks going up here to build a house. Fortunately, the Dream Team put on a clinic to show us how the game is supposed to be played. On this play coming up here, it's Magic to Mullen, to Malone, to Jordan, getting everybody involved, and the Admiral finishes it off with a nice dunk. In the next play here, MJ decides to do the job himself. The final in this thrashing, USA 127, Venezuela 80. With the Tournament of the Americas wrapped up, it's time for the Dream Team to head for Barcelona.
I would love to see us get challenged. I don't think anyone's seen the potential and, or the style or you know, some of the talent that's on this team, not to the fullest. And I think you won't ever see that until we're challenged. And you know, maybe we will get challenged in Barcelona. But
the Cubs have not had much luck against the Atlanta Braves the past couple of days, but they more than made up for it today. The Cubs used the long ball early and often to put this one away. Top of the first, Rhino sends this John Smoltz pitch out of the ballpark for a 1-0 lead. And before the bases even had a chance to cool off, Mark Gray steps up and follows Shanberg's shot with a solo dinger of his own. But the big blast came in the 7th with the bases loaded. Cal Daniels hit his 5th career grand slam to put the Cubbies out in front 8-0, and that's the way this one ended. Let's go to San Francisco. The St. Louis Cardinals continued their lackluster play at the plate. Andres Galarraga scored the only Cards run against the Giants on this solo home run in the 3rd. They lost to San Francisco this afternoon 3-1. At the start of the day, the Cardinals were tied with Montreal for 2nd place in the NL East, and mighty glad to be there. Faced with several key injuries, the reserves have come through and held the club together. As the All-Star break approaches, manager Joe Torre says the recovery of his pitching staff will guide their success.
We've had some injuries, and the type of injuries that, you know, you're not going to disable, like Pagnazzi, and
and Pena's down here with a sore shoulder, and Oquendo's not quite ready. I just like to see us ready pitching-wise. You know, the big guys had some discomfort in the shoulder. So if Lee Smith gets back on the track, I think it'll sort of trickle down from there that we'll be in pretty good shape.
To the American League and the Chicago White Sox. Not many highlights today against the Boston Red Sox, but the one for the Southsiders was a dandy. George Bell hit his second Grand Slam home run of this season in the 5th inning. That was all the offensive punch the Sox needed. They went on to beat Boston 4-2. The Champaign County Colts were in action again today, trying to sweep their home series against Danville and extend their second-half undefeated play. Let's pick it up in the second. Matt Arundel on the mound for the Colts, trying to pitch out of a tight jam with runners on first and third. Colts tried to go for the pitch out, but Matt Haas sent this pitch into center field, allowing Maurice Austin to score. The Colts defense redeemed themselves on the next play. Here, Rick Royer going to his left, throws out the runner at the plate. The Colts did score a couple in the game, but it wasn't enough. They lost this one 3-2. The loss puts them at 16-7 overall and 2-1 in league play. Finally, for you cycling enthusiasts, the first stage of the Tour de France was completed today. Dominique Arnold of France won the 122-mile stage with a time of 4 hours, 37 minutes, and 39 seconds. American Greg LeMond and three-time Tour de France winner is in 10th place, 18 seconds behind overall leader Alex Zola. After this short break, we'll return with this week's Channel 15 McDonald's Athlete of the Week.
Batman Returns is at McDonald's on a dramatic series of 32-ounce collector cups with flying frisbee bat disc lids straight from the movie. Just 39 cents more when you buy any extra value meal. You can pick up a large drink in a superheroic collector cup for 39 cents more when you buy any extra value meal. Because what you want is what you get at McDonald's today. What do you want?
Channel 15's Brandon Fox recently spent some time with an up-and-coming golfer at Danville's Harrison Park. Tonight we get a chance to meet this young man from Westville as he is our McDonald's Athlete of the Week.
Our first Athlete of the Week in July is golfer Darren Stracco. Darren's just finished up his freshman season at Danville Area Community College. Since then, he's been playing in tournaments around Illinois where he's done very well.
I played in the commercial news and had a good round. I shot even part of the first round and came back with 77 the second day and finished about 14th or so. And then I played in the Illinois State Elks last Monday and never seen the course before in Lincoln, Illinois, and had a 74 there and won that.
Concentration has been the main thing Darren's worked on to improve his game.
The biggest things I've done is get a good pre-shot routine and just concentrate over the ball and take it. It's let me hit a lot more fairways and a lot more greens, and it's really helped me to be my biggest improvement.
When he's not playing in tournaments, Darren's been working at the Harrison Park Golf Course under Guy Percy, giving Darren the opportunity to learn from a pro.
He has a good hard work ethic. He'll be out here hitting balls later today, and I'm sure he was this morning, and he will be again tomorrow. And he's got a good swing, he's got a good head on his shoulders, and you put all that together with the growing confidence and the maturity that comes with age, he'll be a good player for a long, long time.
I started out and my dad got me into the game, and I played for a year or two, and then I started working here, and then Guy really took me under his wing and helped me out a lot. I owe a lot to him.
He's figuring out that when he tees it up in any given event, he may just be able to win it, and in fact has done so in some. So once you've done that a couple times, you kind of begin to feel like you belong rubbing elbows with some of the big boys, which he does.
One of the big boys he's rubbed elbows with is PGA great Johnny Miller, who visited Harrison Park last week.
Did he teach you anything about the game? Well, we didn't. Well, as far as teaching, the people probably got more than we did, because he had a lot of clinics and stuff that we didn't get to go to in that, but you just learn a lot just seeing a guy like him.
And for Darren's future, well, he's got it all planned out.
I'd like to finish up at Danville Area Community College and just play a good season there, and hopefully go on to the University of Illinois and try to get on the team there. I'm a pre-med major and I'd like to be an eye doctor eventually, and then that's the main reason I'd like to go to the U of I for the good academics, but I'd like to play golf too.
Well, whatever Darren's future is, it certainly looks bright. And that's why Darren Stracco is our Athlete of the Week. Brandon Fox, Channel 15 Sports in Danville.
And speaking of golf, did I ever tell you I met Tom Kite?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was really, he taught me how to golf. He gave me a little golf lesson. I wasn't really dressed for it. I was in high heels and a mini skirt. But besides that, it was interesting. It was fun.
I can believe you when you tell me. Busy day in sports. That's it for me.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. We'll be right back.
Love the dip, Bernice.
That's an ashtray, Ernie. Who are you?
I'm Captain Color Tie, here to perk up your party with something for every room in the house.
Take all the latest in home electronics, a huge selection of quality furniture, plus hard-working major appliances. Then add Color Time's reputation for value, and you've got the home of your dreams, while you still have time to enjoy it.
Now with 2 locations in Urbana and Danville.
Everyone gets the blues sometimes. Usually they go away after a short while, but sometimes they grow worse. Day-to-day life can feel heavy and hopeless, but you don't have to let depression ruin your life. You can get help to lift the blues. Let your doctor find out if there's a physical cause. Talk to a counselor or a therapist. Just deciding to get help can make you feel better. To learn more about dealing with depression, write the Will Rogers Institute, White Plains, New York.
Some professional fundraisers are looking for your money, not to help a charity, but to help themselves. That not only robs you, it robs legitimate charities. A new Illinois law gives consumers the right to ask what percentage of a contribution goes to a charitable purpose and what goes to fundraising costs.
I'm Attorney General Roland Burris. Charity fraud stops with informed donors. If you have a question or concern about a charity, write my office at 100 West Randolph Street, 12th floor, Chicago, Illinois, 60601.
It's going to be hot and humid this week, so be prepared.
It sure is. It's going to be kind of warm tonight too, but tomorrow night's going to be even warmer. So tonight, 63 degrees. Tomorrow, 83. Tuesday, there's a chance of rain, and 88 degrees. And it's going to be humid after that until Friday, and things will cool off.
Okay, thanks a lot, Beth. And that's our news for this Sunday night. Thanks for watching. Have a good week. Good night.
This has been the Channel 15 News, brought to you in part by Silver Creek Restaurant, Urbana, by True Built Garage Builders, Gibson City and Williamsport, Indiana, by Benson's Appliances, Champaign, by Phil Lamb Incorporated, Tuscola, by GULICK Pharmacy, Danville, and by HUTCHCRAFT Van Services, Urbana-Danville.